Let's talk about Daxos, because Daxos is he was my first precon. Also, I heard everyone on YouTube's request. Yes, I will be making long form videos. This is just a thing that I do other than just that I do because I'm tired and lazy. But I will be making long form content. I don't know what about, but if you have any suggestions, leave them in the fucking comments. However, let's talk about this. This right here, this is bullshit. They need to reprint this. However, we're still going to talk about building the deck, even though Daxos is kind of expensive as a deck, because, like, I'll show you the precon. You don't have to build the precon. Let's just start from scratch. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to pay $80 for this. Honestly, if you want to, you can invest in it. There's a lot of really good cards in it, but the upgrade path for this deck is kind of expensive. So instead of doing that, let's build one from scratch so that you still get the cards you need. A core component of this deck is Constellation. Daxos likes it when enchantments enter the battlefield, because its second ability allows you to create enchantment tokens. So anything with Constellation gets really fucking good value out of Daxos' ability as a commander. So Doom Giant is effectively a board. But you also want to draw cards, because Daxos inherently doesn't have much card draw. There are a lot of enchantment synergies that allow you to, like, filter out your deck, like land packs, etc., etc. You want to be playing Mason Enchantress, Phyrexian Arena for cards. There are a lot of really good stacks cards, like Spear of Safety. Again, this is to trigger. These all trigger your constellations, and they trigger your experience count. Minthara is really good in this deck because you get a ton of experience counters, and also your creatures get bigger. There are a couple of cards like Starfield Mystic and some other cards where once you cast enchantment spells or enchantment spells die, they get bigger. You should be running those. Extinguish All Hope is really good in this deck because your main way to finish off opponents usually is to kill them with your tokens, because your tokens are going to be like 6/5s with lifelink or whatever. And depending on your build, you'll have different levels of bullshit on the token. Running enchantment creatures is also really good for this deck. So running things like Spirited Companion, like I said before, Doom Giant. Most of the Constellation cards are enchantment creatures, so that's also really good. Journey into whatever the fucking new Eldraine said had a couple of cards that synergize with Daxos, because you're going to be trading with Daxos' creatures, so might as well get some card draw out of them. There are different angles to go for this. The angle I went is the Anointed Procession route. I like to destroy people with big ass creatures. You know, I like to roll people over with my tokens and then use cards like Moonshaker Cavalry. Basically, I like to win by combat with this deck, but there are other ways to do it. With enough mana, you could drain people out using cards like Nykthos to get Nykthos and a couple of other things. You also don't really need to run infinite mana for this deck to be effective. This deck doesn't really have any infinite combos. Daxos doesn't really rely on them. You can put infinite combos in the deck, but Daxos as a concept, the ceiling is like an explosive ceiling, because you want to be shitting out tokens with Daxos that are huge. And if you give them, let's say, lifelink, or that you have anthems, in general, you're just going to have big tokens. So you can hit by combat, you can hit by sacrifice, you can build it aristocrats. I build it as token go wide. Like I said, I'll work on some scripted videos. I don't know what about. Maybe I'll do some ranking videos or some shit. Thanks for watching though. If you like this, hit the subscribe button or the follow button if you're watching on TikTok.